another book talk for you today, and the book I just finished was Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson, which is about a world where people have begun to get superpowers, and basically these superpower people called epics are basically taking over the world, and there's this guy Steelheart who is practically invulnerable to everything, and David, the main character, has seen Steelheart bleed, and he wants Steelheart dead. That is just the premise for this book, and it is a fabulous book. So that is a non-spoilery kind of plot overview, and also I would just say this book is excellent, and Brandon Sanderson's writing is absolutely beautiful. So if that's the kind of book that sounds interesting to you, I suggest you pick it up because it's amazing. And now for a more spoilery overview, I must say I really enjoyed the characters in this book, most of them. I really enjoyed David, the main character. He was just such a dweeb. He was just such a dorky character, but he tried so hard, and I just thought that was so cool. And he wasn't an epic, and he's just a really cool guy who tries really hard. And I think that's really nice to see, someone who is just very driven and focused, though it is a little bit obsessive. He's obsessive with Steelheart. But still, it was amazing, and still, I kind of understood where he was coming from because his dad was shot by Steelheart, obviously, and that was just traumatising to read about in the first, 5 pages. The dad, gets shot in front of baby David, and I just thought it was really nice to see David grow as a person, and I'm glad he did, because by the end I really, really enjoyed David's character. It was also quite funny. He was quite a humorous character. He made all these really terrible metaphors to Megan, and I just loved them so much. I was laughing out loud at some of these metaphors, just because they were so stupid. But that's what they were meant to be, and that was great, and I just enjoyed them a lot. So some other characters, I really, Cody, at the beginning I was like, oh, shut up, Cody. So, as I was saying, at the end, Cody was just really redeeming himself in my eyes. He was getting all the stuff done. He was still a little bit annoying, because some of the things he said would just be like, why are you saying that, Cody? They were part of his character, and they made him quite a fun character. He was much more trying to be comic relief, I felt. And he succeeded, he was quite funny. So I did really like Cody. Abraham, I think, was amazing. He was just on top of it all the time. He was so level-headed. Even when, David sold his gun to the enemy, he was so level-headed. And I just thought that was so cool. I really liked Abraham's level-headedness. He was just really with it. I thought it was really important in this kind of group, the Reckoners, where they're all a bit kind of eccentric. Abraham was just the calming presence. So was Tia. Tia was amazing. She was just a genius. I love people like that, where they're really smart, and she's just like, yeah, they're doing this, 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 and she was just on top of it all the time. Except the end, but that's understandable, because Megan. And we'll talk about Megan. Megan, okay. At the beginning, I was like, oh, Megan, yeah, love interest. And then I was like, Megan, you're such a bitch, and I hate you. And I don't understand why David was so in love with her, or, what I said, infatuated with her. I was like, you do realise she is a complete cow, right? Megan, I did not like at all. She is probably the reason that I got so angry at this book, because I was like, why are you doing this? And then when she's like, oh, I'm dead, but she's not dead, because she's an epic. She is bloody firefight. I was just like, yeah. I kind of saw, I was like, one of them has to be an epic, and I bet it's Megan, because Megan doesn't work with the tensors. And then it worked, when it was Megan, I was like, hey, got it right. But oh my god, I did not like Megan at all. I feel like her and David's relationship needed a lot more work, and David was just so much like love at first sight. And it was very frustrating me. So yeah, very frustrated with Megan. Very frustrated. But that's fine, I got over it. Let it slide. Whatever. She was probably the only character I really, really didn't like. So I was fine. I'm fine with that. But Prof, he was a bit of a shaky one, but I did really enjoy his character. I thought he was a really good mentoring figure for David and the Reckoners. I thought it was really cool. When he turned out to be an epic, I didn't see that one coming. I saw Megan being an epic, but I did not see Prof. But I was so happy. I was like, yes, you get in there, you fight Steelheart, and he did, and it was amazing. And the ending was so good when David worked it out that if you aren't scared of Steelheart, you can hurt him. And obviously, then David tricked him to fire the bullet at the pen, which has the explosives all ready to go, and then boom! It was so funny. I was like, yes, because Steelheart obviously isn't scared of himself, which was just amazing. So, nailed that one, David. Yes, nailed it. Other points in the book I really enjoyed. The break into the, what's it called, power station, where you kind of first see Megan's powers, but no one thought anything of them, which was really, looking back I'm like, oh my god, how did you not notice this? But nobody did, which was fine, because it was a really cool scene. I really enjoyed it. The scene where they were being on the motorcycles and Megan was dying and they were trying to capture Conflux, I was like, yes, that was an epic chase scene, and I really would love to see that as like a movie, because that would be absolutely amazing. Just down, like, on the motorbikes riding and then getting almost run over, and then the massive Gauss gun. That was hilarious. I really want that gun. It was like, boom, dissolved. It was so good. That was a really good fight scene. I feel like Brandon Sanderson did really well with like chase scenes and fight scenes, and the gun stuff was just really well done. It's really weird how I wouldn't usually like read books with a lot of guns, but really this had some really good like gun scenes, which sounds really odd, but they had really good fights with guns, and it was really cool. And they had the scene at the beginning with, what's her name? Refract something? The girl who had the illusion powers at the beginning, and she was just, that was just a really cool scene. And then there's a guy that David recognised, who I feel like has to come back, because you can't just leave it there. There has to be more to that relationship, surely. The main criticism I have with this book, apart from Megan, is I feel like a lot of the plot was, a lot of the book was planning. Like, a lot of the stuff in between was a lot of planning, which was fine because you got to see the characters interact. But he wrote action scenes so well, I don't know why he didn't include more, basically. Because that's the kind of thing that I just wish there was more of, because they were so well done. Which sounds really bizarre, because action scenes are not everything, but they were so well done, I really enjoyed them. But the planning scenes were much more character driven, which I do enjoy, but I just feel there's a lot of planning, which is probably why it's a 4.2 star book. 4.2, 4.3 as opposed to like a 4.56. But I really enjoyed it, and this cover is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Look at it. It's kind of done in the style of the other Mistborn ones for the UK edition, and I love it. And I'm going to get Firefight. I will be picking up Firefight soon, and hopefully really enjoying it. So yes, that's a very quick overview of Steelheart. I hope you pick it up and read it. Bye!